It's Saturday in the bakery, which means we have a lot of cookies to bake, cakes to make, a lot of cupcakes to ice. Everything happens on Saturdays. It's the busiest day in the bakery. It's 5 a.m. Let's get started. This is a day in my life as a bakery owner. The first thing I do when I get into the bakery is put on my apron, wash my hands, and get ready to get down to business. That means I'm going to need a coffee every single day. I cannot start work without a coffee. I just feel like it's the only way I can achieve anything in the mornings. And I know that that's not a great place to be, but you know what? I think there's worse things to be addicted to. As you can see here, the next thing I'm going to do is tray up all of our cookies and put those in the oven. It takes 13 minutes to bake our cookies, so I need to keep those cycling through as quickly as possible and make sure that there's always cookies in the oven. So while there's 10 trays baking behind me, I'm preparing the next 10 trays so that as soon as those ones are ready and cooked, I'll just put in another 10 batches of cookie dough. I never intended on opening a cookie bakery. I thought that we would sell lots of different things, but cookies are definitely our best-selling item in the bakery and what we've become known for. So we just make sure that that is our first priority every single day, and we have as many ready as we can in as many different flavors. Our best-selling flavors, here we have the almond croissant. This actually tastes like a almond croissant. Like, it's a cookie, but it tastes like an almond croissant, and it is my favorite cookie to have when I feel like something nice and sweet. It is injected with almond cream, it's rolled in flaked almonds, and then it's sifted a nice big bunch of icing sugar on top, so it tastes exactly the same as an almond croissant and the same crunchy exterior, but with a nice soft gooey center. When those cookies are baked and ready, I take the tray rack out the front so that they are ready to sell as soon as we open at 8. There's still lots more things I need to set up before we open, like all of our brownies need to come out of our tubs ready to go. Anik arrives at work ready to go, and there's Tegan, our store manager. It's the three of us working today, plus Sana, who you will see a little later in the video. While those girls are getting the pastry case set up out the front, getting the coffee machine ready, I am continuing to get ready out the back. Here's all of our cupcakes being iced, but it's always a challenge multitasking in the bakery. I'm also still baking all of those cookies non-stop. As soon as they're baked, they come out and then a fresh batch go in. And then I'll also be juggling, piping all of the cupcakes, cutting all of the brownies if I haven't done them the night before, and then topping all of the cupcakes here, and then getting everything out into the pastry case so that when we open the doors, there will be a line outside. We need to make sure that everything is ready to go. The music is on, the vibes are high, and we are ready to work through the line for the rest of the day. Okay, things are starting to heat up in the kitchen because the ovens have been on for so long this morning. Here I am dusting those almond croissant cookies with a good coating of icing sugar. One of the secrets of this cookie is to make sure they have lots of icing sugar on top, just like an almond croissant, because we want them to taste exactly the same, but even I would say a little bit better because they're a cookie, and cookies are just my favorite thing. I also find that sometimes almond croissants are either a real hit or a miss, so that's why I like our cookies a little bit better, because they taste exactly the same every time. And yes, I eat a cookie every single day, but as you can see, it's a mini cookie. It is 3 times less of the size, so I don't feel as bad having one every single day, because it is a ritual that I haven't been able to shake, and I usually have that with my coffee, dip it in a little freshly baked cookie just for me each morning. Now that the bakery is open, I am getting all of our cake collections ready. So the bakery opens at 8 a.m., but we don't allow cake pickups to start until 10 a.m. just to make sure that there's enough time to have everything ready, because we do make around 50 cakes a day, especially on a Saturday. It's really busy, and we want to make sure that all of our customers who are coming in on the day standing in line, we can manage those first, and then by 10 a.m. hopefully the line is mostly finished for the day, and everyone who's picking up a cake can just walk straight in, park out front, and pick up their cake. It doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes the line lasts a lot longer, but at least we've allowed for that couple of hours every single morning to make sure that anyone who's picking up an order can just walk straight into the bakery. Here you can see all of the cakes ready to go. They look so cute. Our heart retro vintage style cakes are the most popular cake that we do, and we also have a round shape in these cakes as well. Now, with all of those cake orders ready, so that when people come to pick them up, they're ready to go, it's time to get to work on all of the other custom orders. A lot of people will pre-order all of our cupcakes, brownies, macarons, lots of different gift boxes, especially if they have an event on. People like to plan this in advance, and this particular customer has ordered, I believe, 8 or 10 boxes of cupcakes, so I need to make sure that they are all ready to go as well. Here I am piping those. They are in a loved up theme because this customer wanted to say thank you to their colleagues and make sure that they were feeling the love in February. So That is what I'm making there. We want to have 6 different flavors in every box. And back to the multitasking, I'm getting all of those cookies out of the oven, back into the oven with a new set of dough, in between icing all of these cupcakes. So you really have to be able to switch between different tasks in the kitchen. It's really important because you're always being pulled in different directions and there's so much going on. I'm also listening to the conversations that the customers are having out front with the girls on the counter, just to make sure that there's no problems and everything is going smoothly. It's a really difficult thing to manage, I think, as a bakery owner, because you're always thinking for yourself, but also for everyone else on the team, and trying to make sure that everything is running smoothly for the day, out the back and out the front. I should also say that this is the busiest time of the year as a bakery owner. I thought January was going to be incredibly slow and quiet because usually people have taken a bit of a rest over the holiday season, maybe eaten too much, or maybe they're having a health kick for the start of the new year. But our January was even busier than our December, which was so crazy to me. And then in February, of course, we have Valentine's Day, which was incredibly busy. And then we have Easter and Mother's Day coming up, because in Australia we celebrate Mother's Day in May. So the start of the year is the busiest period for us, and then come December, when it's Christmas time, it picks up and gets really busy again. I know this will be different for every bakery owner out there, but for us, Valentine's Day is the single busiest day of the year, even busier than Christmas, which a lot of people are surprised to hear. However, I really feel like I thrive under pressure, and I will say that until the moment that I'm not, and really just try to keep it together, because sometimes it gets so busy and so out of control that I just think, why did I take on so many orders? But we also don't want to disappoint people and cut off orders too soon so that they miss out and they can't order. So it is a bit of a juggling act to make sure that everyone's happy. Also, our entire team is happy and healthy, and their mental health is really important too. And even my mental health as well. You've got to be careful that you don't burn the candlestick at both ends, which is easier said than done, especially when you own a business and you have bills to pay. Anyways, it's time for a quick lunch break. So I just take off my apron, and I have a little bit of an obsession lately with Uber Eats. So I'm gonna eat my lunch. I'm just trying to eat healthy and have something really fulfilling every lunch, because it is a really long day standing on your feet for 12 to 16 hours a day. And that 10 minutes that I sit down and eat something, I really want to make sure that I'm nourishing myself and giving myself some good protein and food that will actually help me last the entire day. After lunch, it's straight to work on baking some more cupcakes, because all of the cupcakes that I made this morning will sell today. So now I'm going to bake a fresh batch of cupcakes that I will have baked, cooled, and ready in containers to ice the next morning. I have said this so many times before, and I stand by it. I believe cake tastes better on day 2. So I like making our cupcakes the day before and then icing them in the morning. I just think it gives like a more fuller profile. And if you have a really good recipe for cupcakes, then they don't dry out, and that's kind of where we're at the bakery. Now that I've finished that job, while those cupcakes are baking, I'm going to get to work on icing some more cakes so that they are ready for our afternoon collections. We have people picking up cakes all throughout the day. So from 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m., people will keep coming all day picking up their cakes. And because we have so many cake orders, we actually can't fit all of those cakes in the fridge. So quite often when we are fully booked, we need to keep making those cakes throughout the day so that they are ready to pick up later in the day, which is why we give our customers time slots where they choose a time of day that they want to pick up, so that we can take as many orders as we can and not disappoint anyone, but also be able to efficiently run a business, because the bakery is only 41 square meters small. And if you don't know how big that is, it's tiny. It's so small, and we're making so many cakes and cookies and other things. So we need to find a system that works for us. Of course, that doesn't happen overnight. Usually the only way that you find out your systems is by doing them wrong, or a little bit of trial and error. So after the first year and a half of business, we really figured out how many cakes we can take each day and how we can make sure that we can maximize all of those orders, but also not to put too much pressure on the staff and on the systems and basically the space, because that is what we struggle most with, is having enough space in the bakery because it is so small. Having said that, the next video you guys watch is going to be very exciting, because we are moving into a much bigger space, and there's so much news to share with you that I've been trying to keep a secret, and very soon I'm going to be able to share everything, because we will shortly be moving into that new space. So that is very exciting. As a small business, the one thing you always hope for is growth.
and increasing your business, growing your team and your customer base. So it's really exciting to finally be getting to that point and to be able to share that with you guys in these videos. Okay, that's it from me. That's another day in my life as a bakery owner. The last thing I do before I leave the bakery, give you guys a wave goodbye, and then I'm gonna mop the floors, which is really unglamorous, but this is what it is. Anyways, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.